Good morning, everybody. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be doing a flow that focuses on the hips, the hamstrings, and just a lot of good grounding movement. We'll be on our mats a bit. If you have any props that you like to use to support your practice, go ahead and grab those now. Maybe that looks like some blocks. Maybe that looks like a bolster, a blanket, anything you need. And when you're ready, we'll meet on our mats in an easy seat. If you don't already have an intention for today's practice, I'd like to offer the intention of meeting ourselves with compassion today. What that could look like is, instead of entering these poses thinking this is how it's supposed to look, or even, I've seen somebody do it this way, so I should do it this way. Maybe we can meet ourselves with compassion today and hold space and just say, this is my practice, this is your practice. How can I give my body what it needs today in this pose and not get caught up in it having to be a something that is that we've seen before, or even that I might be cueing. Like, if your body doesn't want that today, do something else. Like, I'm gonna try and give options. So maybe we can meet ourselves where we are, see what we need. This is about what your body needs today, and it might be different than what it needed yesterday, and it might be different than what it needs tomorrow. So when you're ready, coming into an easy seat, any props nearby that you might like to have. Maybe you set your blocks at the top of the mat. And then when you're here, maybe you take a minute to just kind of move your body in such a way that you feel your sits bones connecting with the ground. And then maybe you begin to let your eyes soften a little bit. Hands can be on the tops of your knees. Maybe your eyes come all the way to a close, or maybe they stay fixed softly on a point of the floor in front of you. And while you're here, maybe thinking about that line of energy that comes from your sit bones all the way up through the top of the head, and maybe it draws you up a little bit closer to the ceiling. Taking a moment to notice the way that the ground is rising up to support you underneath your sits bones, underneath your legs, noticing the point of contact maybe on your feet. Taking a minute to let the shoulders drop a little farther away from the ears. And now bringing our attention to the breath. Maybe one hand comes onto your torso, maybe one hand on your chest. Maybe noticing the expansive breath as each inhale draws that life-giving breath in, and each exhale sends the energy through the body. Maybe this next exhale, you think about sending the energy down to your toes. Take a moment to notice. And maybe we can lengthen this next inhale a little bit. And this next exhale a little bit. Taking a moment to see if you can make your inhales and your exhales the same length. And then maybe your hands come back to the tops of your knees. One last big inhale. And maybe we sigh it out. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed for another few moments or softened on the floor in front of you. We're going to incorporate a few stretches, but you can always open your eyes. With the next inhale, we're going to shrug our shoulders up to our ears. Inhale. Exhale, release the shoulders, let them drop. Inhale, shrugging up. Exhale, dropping. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. And maybe just take a minute to just move them out a little bit. Move them around. Move the shoulders back and forth. Maybe you alternate, one coming forward, one going back. Before settling into stillness, let them drop away from the ears. Next, gently placing the hands on the back of the head. Allow your heart to open up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And then with our next exhale, we're going to allow the elbows to come in. We're rounding through the back a little bit. This is a very gentle stretch. Our hands are still on the back of the head, but we're not pulling the head down towards the earth. We're just gently guiding. Feeling that through the back of the body. Inhale, elbows come up towards the ceiling. Chest opens up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding forward. Inhaling up. Exhale, rounding forward. Inhale up. And this next exhale is going to bring us just to neutral. Beautiful. Drop the left hand down to the floor. Hand can come on top of the head. We're going to guide the right ear towards the right shoulder. Left hand is on the mat, or maybe it comes out to a block. Again, we're not pulling, we're just guiding. Inhaling up. Turn the nose to a 45-degree angle towards your armpit. We're going to drop the chin one more time. Exhale. Breathe here. Inhale, coming back through center. We're going to place the right hand on the floor or maybe on a block. Left hand comes on top of the head, guiding the left ear down towards that left shoulder. And maybe with your next exhale, you really try to just think about releasing through that shoulder and the side of the neck. Just taking a minute to check in and notice how each side is different. Inhaling up, turning the nose to that 45-degree angle. We're going to let the chin drop with our next exhale. Inhale, rising up. Go ahead and move that block out of the way if you were using one. We're going to take a big morning breath in, sweeping the arms up towards the ceiling. And then with our exhale, we're going to cactus the arms open. Chest opens towards the ceiling. Exhale it out. Inhale, stretching up. And arms come all the way down to your side. If you haven't opened up your eyes yet, you can allow the light to start fluttering in as you open them and come back into the space. Amazing, guys. Go ahead and send your right foot out in front of you. Left foot can stay in. And again, if this is at all uncomfortable, you can always prop up that left knee, meeting our body where we are with compassion. Beautiful. And it could just be even that your body just needs space here under your knee today. Inhale, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Our next exhale is going to allow us to fall forward over the knee. We're thinking about hinging from the hip. Your foot can be kind of flexed, but it can be a soft flex. It doesn't have to be a really extreme. Noticing sensation and where it is. If sensation becomes too intense, maybe you even invite a gentle bend into your knee and hands can come to the floor beside. Beautiful. Inhale, rising up. Beautiful. Inhale, stretching out to the side, arms wide. Exhale, inviting a twist. Left hand is on your right leg. Right hand plants behind. We're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Maybe gaze follows that back shoulder. This is our first twist of the day. Feel free to be gentle with it. Our bodies are waking up. Exhale, release. Open wide, expansive, maybe even opening your chest up towards the ceiling again. And we're going to twist the other way, counter twist. Right hand on top of left knee. Again, just checking in to see what my body needs today. Inhale back through center. Beautiful. We're going to switch. Which foot is extending out in front of us? Left foot is going long. Right foot is coming in, and it can come in wherever is comfortable. Maybe just avoiding that knee joint. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, rising up, and exhale, fold forward. Noticing if this side feels different. Does this side need a different variation? Noticing where in the body sensation is with our seated forward fold on this leg. Inhale, rising up. Arms come open wide. And we're going to twist towards our extended leg. Beautiful. Right hand coming to that left thigh. Left hand planting behind. Maybe each inhale draws you a little bit more up. And maybe each exhale draws you a little deeper into the twist. Release with your next exhale. And inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, reverse the twist. Exhale, release, unwind back towards center. Beautiful. Go ahead and send both feet out in front of you. Amazing. And again, feel free to add a generous bend into your knees. With our next exhale, we're going to fold forward. And maybe while you're in your forward fold, maybe you just take a minute to rock the knees back and forth. Maybe they stay bent. Just thinking about allowing that space in the back of the body. That's created when we're hinging from our hips. Maybe just take a minute and walk out the legs. Allow your next inhale to draw you up. Arms come wide. Maybe opening up that chest towards the ceiling again, engaging through the front of the body. Exhale, release. We're going to come to our hands and knees in our tabletop position. Feel free to come in however you would like. Beautiful. Awesome, everyone. While we're here, we're going to make sure that our hands are pointing forward. The creases of our elbows are facing the top edge of the mat. We're pushing down through the tops of our feet. We're engaging and maybe even pushing away through the shoulders a little bit, sending that chest up towards the ceiling. Take a breath here. And exhale. Our next exhale is going to send us back for our child's pose. You can bring your toes into touch. Knees can be wide or together. Both make us feel at different places in our body. And maybe while you're here, you take a minute to rock your forehead back and forth a little on the mat. Our next inhale is going to draw us up into tabletop. Beautiful. And then we're going to go through a few cat-cows. So when you're ready, inhale, dropping your navel towards the mat, chin tips up. And exhale, rounding through the back, pushing away from the mat. Inhale, chin comes up, hips tip up. Exhale, round. Go ahead and move through 2 or 3 more of those at the pace of your own breath. Beautiful. And then coming to neutral. Beautiful, beautiful. Take a minute to round through cat. Exhaling, pushing back through the back body. And allow this exhale to drop you back into child's pose. Inhale, coming up. And allow your chin to tip up for cow. Exhale, round through the back, push back to child's pose. Inhale, coming forward, coming in through cow. Dropping the navel towards the mat. Exhale, pushing back, rounding through the back, sending the hips to child's pose. Go ahead and move through 2 more of those at the pace of your own breath. Feeling free to make it as dynamic as you would like. And then when you're done, just sitting here in our child's pose for a minute. Breathing deeply. Maybe seeing if we can drop those shoulders away from the ears a little bit more. Creating space. With your next inhale, allow your forehead to come off the floor a little bit. We're going to walk our hands out to the right for a side bend. Taking a minute to soak that up. Next inhale guides us back to center. Rest here for a breath. Next inhale, we're going to raise the forehead and walk out to the left. Inhale back to center. Maybe just rubbing that forehead back and forth. Maybe you even take a minute and tend your fingertips so that you create a little bit more space between your arms and the floor, feeling how that might change in your back. And allow this next inhale to draw you all the way up to your tabletop. Beautiful. Taking a minute to ground here again through the hands and through the knees. Creases facing forward, pushing down through the tops of our feet, pushing away from the mat. Beautiful. We're going to take a moment. Breathe here. And with our next breath, we're going to stretch our right foot out behind us. Breathe in. Stretching that right foot out. Beautiful. With our next exhale, we're going to draw the knee into the nose. Exhale. Inhale, shoot back out. We're going to do 2 more of those. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, bringing it in. Exhale, stretching it out. Beautiful. Staying here with your right foot, we're going to take our left foot and swivel it back behind us. Noticing how that makes your hips want to go to the side. And we're going to open up through the side body. Right foot is stretching out behind. Right arm is stretching up. Maybe our gaze follows. And with your next exhale, allow your arm to sweep down. And maybe you stretch it out towards the side of the room instead of stretching it up. Feeling that through the side body. Maybe your chin goes up towards the ceiling. Maybe it stays in neutral. Inhale, sweep the arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, sweep it back down towards the wall. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, sweep it forward. Beautiful. Exhale, release, coming back down to the mat. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So taking a minute to set up our tabletop again, checking the hands and the feet. Beautiful. With your next inhale, we're going to stretch that left foot out behind us. With your next exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose. Rounding through the back as much as you'd like. Exhale, sending it out behind. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, sending it back. Inhale, drawing it in. Inhale, sending it back. Beautiful. Taking a minute to find that balance again. And we're gonna swivel the right foot out. We're gonna allow the left foot to extend to the side, opening up towards the ceiling. Take a moment here. And with your next exhale, drop the hand, allow it to come forward towards the side of the room. Inhale, sweep the arm up. Exhale, drop it down and towards the front of the room, towards the side wall. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, sweep it forward. And one more. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, sweeping it forward. Sitting here for just a moment. Exhale, release, coming back to tabletop. Maybe you want to sit back here on your knees just a little bit and just kind of roll out your wrists a little bit. Maybe you interlace the fingers, push them away from you, just opening up through the finger. Yes, amazing. Maybe you even take a minute to switch which one you're holding, just working it out. Beautiful. Maybe a few shoulder rolls. We're doing a lot of support there. Maybe if you're doing a shoulder roll, you reverse it for a minute. Amazing. We're going to come back into our tabletop. We're going to stretch the right foot out behind. And with our next exhale, we're going to draw the knee in towards the nose. And we're going to set it up towards the outside of our right hand. And then we're going to lean into it a little bit for lizard pose. The hands are in the middle. The right foot is on the outside. Maybe you allow your knee to fall away a little bit. Maybe the knee stays in today. What does your body need? With the next inhale, we're going to send our hips back, walk the foot in towards the middle for our half splits. And again, this is a great time to use those blocks. If you have blocks, you can use them on any height. Just giving space in the front body, thinking about hinging from the hips, long through the top of the head. Beautiful. Go ahead and take a minute, bend into that knee. Maybe it looks like 90-90. Take a minute to stabilize. You can sit up, hands can come on top of your thigh, or you can stay with your blocks. How can we meet our bodies and support them today? Beautiful. Bend forward. We're going to tuck the back toes, sending the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. And while we're here, maybe taking a minute to just let the head hang heavy. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Maybe you nod your head yes, shake it no. Generous bend in the knees. We're falling forward over the tops of the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And with the next inhale, we're going to step the right foot back. Nice big long step, coming into a 90-90 or low lunge. Beautiful. Take a minute here to ground. Maybe your hands are pressing on that thigh. You're stretching up through the top of the head. Beautiful. And then we're going to take a minute and walk that foot out for half splits. Again, maybe you've got those blocks nearby, helping to create space. Beautiful. And then walking that left foot out a little bit to the side of the mat so both of your hands can come down. On the inside, we're bending into that front knee, lizard pose. You can walk your hands up to be beside your left foot. Checking in to notice if this side feels any different than the other side, if this side needs anything different. And also checking in with the shoulders. Can I drop them a little bit more away from the ears? With this next inhale, we're going to draw that foot in, send your hips back, send the foot all the way back behind you. Nice little extension through that leg. Take a minute, get your hands back in your tabletop. And exhale, draw the knee in and allow it to come back to tabletop. Beautiful. Send your hips back for child's pose. Maybe checking in here to see if your forehead needs to be rubbed on the mat again, just rocking back and forth gently. One more breath here. With your next inhale, come up to tabletop. We're going to lower ourselves down onto one hip, and then we're going to make our ways onto the back of the body, laying on the mat. You're welcome to get there however you'd like. You can gently lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. You can lower yourself down, supporting yourself with your arms. However you need to get there. Beautiful. And then once we're here, taking a minute, maybe to wrap those shoulders onto the back of the body. Amazing. With your next inhale, draw your right knee up into your chest. Maybe move it back and forth a little bit. Right foot can stay planted on the ground. And with your next exhale, allow that left ankle to cross over your right knee. Beautiful. You're welcome to stay here. This is a beautiful place to be. In this hip opener. Or maybe you play with wrapping your fingers around your right thigh and drawing it in towards your torso. Right foot can be flexed. Again, it doesn't have to be a super hard flexed. Just a gentle flex. You can either unwind your legs here and hug them both in, or you can allow the left knee to come and slide in so that the knees are close together. Give it a little hug. We're going to drop both knees to the right. Maybe the left arm comes out to the side. Shoulders can stay on the ground. Maybe your gaze follows that left hand. And maybe that right hand is guiding that left knee. If it feels like not right to be in the knees twisted in this position, you can always unravel the knees and stack them one on top of the other. Inhale, come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest after they've unwound. Maybe they're already unwound. Just give them a little hug. Maybe you walk those hips out on the mat. And then keep hugging your right knee while you drop your left foot to the floor. With your next inhale, cross that right foot over that left knee. And check in here to see what your body needs on this side. Does your body need to stay right here? Does your body need for you to reach through and grab that left thigh? How can we meet ourselves with compassion? Checking in with the shoulders to see if they're still dropping away from the ears. And then maybe you unravel the foot and the ankle, or maybe you allow that knee to slide in towards your other knee. Just take a minute and hug this in here. Maybe they're side by side. And then we're gonna drop both these knees to the left. Beautiful. Right arm extends out to the side. And maybe the gaze follows. With our next inhale, gently beginning to unravel and unwind. Go ahead and hug both of those knees into the chest again. Walk out those hips. And then we're gonna find our happy baby. Hands can come to the calves, to the outside of the feet. Maybe your peace fingers grab your big toes. Whatever you're needing today. Checking in with the breath. Am I still breathing? Maybe your happy baby is moving around a lot. Maybe you're pretty still. Maybe you go back and forth between the two. And with your next exhale, gently starting to drop the feet back down towards the floor. We're moving in towards our Shavasana. Go ahead and feel free to take any last movements you need. Maybe you take a big full body stretch. Maybe you walk out to one side of your mat and the other for a side stretch. Walking out the shoulders and the feet. And then when you're ready, grabbing whatever support you like to use for your Shavasana. Maybe you put a bolster or pillows underneath your knees. Maybe you grab a blanket and cover up. This is your Shavasana. How can we support our bodies in comfort? We're going to have a 5-minute Shavasana. I'll be here to guide you out at the end. While you're settling in, maybe taking a minute to check in with the body. Maybe inviting in a gentle body scan from the top of the head, down through the face, the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, the jaw, the ears, the back of the head, going down through the neck, the tops of the shoulders, the forearms, all the way through the wrists and the fingertips, down the back of the body, down the front of the body, through the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet, the toes. Noticing if we're holding anything that we can release now in this rest. Maybe in the Shavasana, you invite one hand to be over your navel, one hand on your chest. Noticing the breath. Slowly beginning to deepen your breath. You're welcome to stay in this place for as long as you'd like, but if the rest of the day is calling you, maybe you start to add a little bit of movement in. Maybe you wiggle your toes, your fingertips. Maybe you start to roll onto one side of the body. You can hang out here for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly pushing yourself up to a seat. Thank you for joining me today. And and taking this time to move your body. I look forward to seeing you next time.